a recap of what happened last time on Fantasy TTRPG.
Which bar did Helga drink out of alcohol? I'm kidding.
You stayed up and partied.
You did.
Okay.
You had a good time.
Yep.
Oh
I
boy.
stayed up down there and talked to the Hobbit.
Do I remember this time?
You drank a lot. You might not.
You closed the bar down.
Oh. Do I need to roll for my liver?
No, it's fine.
No, you're hobbits.
Yeah.
Yeah, hobbits. Sorry.
But yeah, I can give the recap if nobody else wants to.
I think that'd be great.
So nobody remembers.
No, I do. I remember I talked to a fella. That's about all I have.
Okay.
A little feller.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, he was telling me that I need to chill it with hanging out with people that aren't like me. And I didn't like that because nobody tells me who I can associate with.
I don't think that's what he told you to do at all.
I told you that you have to honor what you're supposed to do, and you need to go take care of something in the north.
Yeah,
right?
I need to go hide in the woods instead of going and helping the
Yes.
entirety of Middle Earth.
So
Yeah.
mainly the only thing you need to remember is Helga, right? Is that your character's name?
Mhm.
Yeah, is that Valandiel and Aenor watch Valandiel take a bath.
What? How come I don't remember this part?
Yeah,
It was like at the tail end, right up in my bedroom.
Yeah.
Yep. He was watching you.
Yeah, he
It was really
days.
slow.
I was reading a book, turned away from him.
Do you remember that?
That was the joke
scene
when I went up there, but I made it to the room before him.
Well, you're
The Witcher 3, like when he's just hanging out in that tub. That's me.
With your elven
Yeah.
ears, you heard everything that happened inside
I
that
love
tub.
so much about that scene.
Well, that's-
I
just 'cause I
reference that
heard it doesn't
scene
mean I saw it.
regularly.
But I have more color to my hair and a little bit more fur upon my face.
All right. So to recap, you guys had, because you weren't here for the troll shaws, right? Helga.
No, she wasn't.
Okay, so when you set out from Rivendell, you guys ventured into the troll shaws. You took the direct route from Rivendell to Bree, and inside the troll shaws, you guys had met Death's character, and he told you, he was playing an elf, that there were some sounds in the forest, some voices of men, some sounds of baby wargs. I believe he heard that, and when you guys ventured through the woods, you found some dead animals scattered around and some sprung traps, and you did hear these men, but everybody decided to push through the troll shaws and not investigate what was happening at all. So that happened. I wish I could give you more information, but that was the long short of that session.
That's what happened. Okay.
Yep, you guys head to Bree, and you go to the Prancing Pony, in which you guys sat down. I think you ended that session just hanging out, and then we continued last session meeting with that night. So Valanos was the first one to go to his room, and when he did, Aenor left as well, and Valanos, I'm sorry, not Valanos, Valandiel, which is Travis's character, met Valanos the Thistle Fox, who was a member of his, what would you call yourself?
The Wardens of the Grey Wood.
The Wardens of the Grey Wood, who basically told him that everybody has received orders to pull back north because men with strange accents, I'm trying to read my notes here.
I thought it was that the orcs were being reported for coming down from the mountains.
Well, he notifies you of numerous reports of strange villagers and empty homes in Edoras, men with accents strange to this land, along with very pungent fragrances. Even to the north, they found small groups of orcs camping west of the mountains near the elven borders. Patrols have increased, but pulled back closer to home.
And you also gave me a map.
Yes, map with those camps listed. And then when that happened, there was seen that a hobbit carrying a suitcase, a packed to the brim suitcase and a very big backpack was seen walking into the club. and going into the back where people had shouted that I don't have what people called him. I think they called him Leafy Foot. Into the back room. Which you want to take it from there, Dustin, or you want me to keep going?
Well, Tarbin had seen that, so he slammed down another pint of ale and put on his best drunk appearance and went to the guards and tried to get in back there, and he performed a magic trick where he turned copper coins into gold coins. And they're so impressed with his magic that they let him in. And he pretty much had to do the same thing. Because there was a bandit leader guy in there named, was it Halden?
Haldoon, yes, or Halden.
Halden.
You're right. No,
Okay,
you're right.
I
Halden.
did have that right.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and the hobbit that was in there had a bunch of weed, and he was passing it around, and can't remember, I'd mentioned something about Bilbo, and he got a kind of a panicked look on his face.
Oh.
And Tarvin ended up impressing Haldoon, and he wanted him to come back the next day to a disclosed location, and he said he was going to make him rich beyond his wildest dreams, blah blah blah. And at the end, was the hobbit's name Nephi?
Nephi.
I got that wrote down. Nephi.
Yeah, Nephi.
Nephi. He palmed
I'm sorry.
Tarvin
His
a letter.
His nickname was Nephi. Was Kodale Nephi Bettel.
Yes. Okay. But he palmed him a little piece of paper saying, "Help me." And Tarvin pretty much partied with them all night. Did I get everything?
Yeah, you shut the bar down. When you tried to find out where Nephi and Haldoon were going, they slipped out the back when the main group went out the front. And I believe Ariel was doing what while this was all going on?
I was in the bar watching the poor little hobbit run around and clean up after everybody, and I ended up calling him over and being really nice to him, and I gave him a tip, and he was like, "Oh!" And then for the rest of the night, he kept coming over and making sure my table was really clean. And after it like died down, because the people were making fun of him. That's what it was. People were making fun of him, and I ended up shooting them all dirty looks to basically tell him to leave him alone. And um, and then like later on the night, when he came back over again, I asked if he knew anything about um Frodo, because he said he lived in the Shire, and he said that he hadn't been there. Or no, I didn't ask about Frodo. I asked if he had been to Shire lately, and he said that he hadn't been for quite a while, and that's when I realized I shouldn't ask him about Frodo, because he hadn't been there for a while. And I just was being nice and cordial, and gave him another tip, and he was like, "Oh my goodness." And yeah.
I'm pretty sure his name was Gob, right?
I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend to lie to you.
Knob. His name was Knob. Sorry.
Okay.
That sounds right. Oh, and Tarvin came out and told her
Yes.
about what had happened in the back.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yep. And then when you guys left the bar, you saw that the gentlemen who had left were assaulting the guards at the door at the gate and stole his money and headed into a townhome to sleep for the night. Yep. And then Death's character decided to leave to go meet up with his elves, and in doing so, saw a bunch of torches around the farm. I'll just, because he's not here to tell you guys. So he found torches around the farm. He went to get closer and stealthed and found that there were a bunch of horribly dressed men, tattered rags and long thin hair, and just looked like they haven't bathed in forever. terrorizing a family and a farm. So Death charged in with the aid of 5 dwarves and mercilessly slaughtered all of these men, saving the people in the farmhouse, and cut off each of their heads to bring to Bree. And that was what happened with Death's character. So
That tracks.
yeah. So we will.
Oh, there was another thing
Oliver.
you'd mentioned. You'd mentioned that there was reports of all these farms being sacked and the people were taken, but then when they went to inspect, the farmers were still there.
Yep, that was in Travis's notes. Yep, the farms were being worked and didn't seem like anything bad would happen.
Yep.
And then Aenor had his book session. It was a very quiet night for him. So, yeah, Helga, that is what happened. You all caught up. You heard everything. You absorbed it all. You made
Yep.
your own notes. You
Yep.
sang tales and drank wine.
I will sing of what I remember.
All right. Well, that brings us to the morning. I think you guys all had rooms in the inn because Tarbin had his own room. Helga had her own room. And then Aurelia, I think, ended up getting her own room because Aenor and Valendiel shared, correct?
Correct.
All right, so...
I didn't need a room.
Oh, that's right, you were staying up.
Yeah.
All right,
Ew.
so everybody roll a d20.
D20.
Yeah, I'm just seeing who goes first. I learned this in a vampire game. I'll roll for you, Lauren. Oh, good for you. I rolled a 7. Too bad.
Oh.
You're really bad at rolling for me.
Too bad it's golf, and you're going. Oh,
Oh!
Tarbin.
Tarbin's burning
Who
the
rolled a
midnight
1?
oil. So,
It's probably accurate.
You have a hangover.
and I guess I'll roll 1 for Tom. Unless, did you roll 1, Tom?
I am rolling.
Okay.
Where's everybody's camera?
18.
I don't even see Bill. I love seeing
Where's
Bill's face
your
when I do
camera?
stuff.
Put your camera on.
I don't actually have a webcam, and I do need to get one.
I can put a camera on. Hold on.
Well, I just want to see my boy, because then I can tell like if I do stuff that's good or bad. Because he'll do like a smile or he'll do a smirk.
Really
There we
good
go.
here.
Now this is a podcast.
Is this what we're doing? Podcasts?
I don't know. You're streaming it on Twitch, so
That doesn't mean it's a podcast.
true.
Now you guys can see when I'm sneaking away to smoke some weed.
Death just shows it. He doesn't even try and hide it.
Yeah, same thing with Lokar, aka Trugan,
Yeah.
aka Basket.
He pulls out his.
I have this. Sorry.
I was gonna say he pulls out his Gandalf pipe, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that's pretty epic.
It is
I have
pretty
a
epic,
rule about
honestly.
not doing it on my computer desk because I'm really messy with it.
Ooh.
That's fine.
Like, I'm not gonna return a work laptop with like bits of weed in it. That would be really bad.
Yeah,
My one buddy, when he would
that might cost you your job.
when he,
I thought just go ahead and blow it out. This
Well, if I'm
little-
returning
little
the computer,
keyboard.
I'm probably on my way out.
Exactly,
Although not
it's right there.
true. Since I started this job, I'm on a second computer that's blue screening, so we'll see.
oh, that's not good.
Oof.
I'm gonna tell them to upgrade me next time. I don't want the stupid.
They're literally ordering
11.
me and Maureen new laptops.
Oh, they really?
Ooh.
My work is ordering me and Maureen new laptops because
Yeah,
we,
I heard that name twice in a row.
Oh, you don't act dumb. I mean, you do a good job, but don't act dumb.
you don't know that we work together?
I did not actually know that you worked together.
Yeah,
For 2
we work
years
together.
That's
Yep.
hilarious.
Now. Yes.
Well,
that's great.
we work from home, so we don't see much of each other.
That's
work.
nice.
But we are in
Anyway.
meetings every Thursday, so.
Oh, there's a kitty.
Remember
Hi, kitty.
when we were playing Lord of the Rings?
It's a big babe.
There's a hold on, Bill. There is a kitty cat on
What didn't
screen.
need to be that
Alright.
distracting.
It looks like Frail.
You
It
just
does
wanted
look like
attention.
Frail, not Misty though.
No.
No, Missy's a
Oh.
calico. Frail's a tabby.
What's the name of this kitty?
What did you roll, Tom?
Zedicus.
Edicus.
Zedicus.
Oh, very cool.
I like it.
Named after a wizard.
Anyway, Bill.
It's
all
a
right, as you
hairball,
were.
Harry. I
Chalky
was
boy.
asking what Tom's role was.
An 18.
You're Valandiel? Oh,
No.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So, well, Valandiel rolled the first 18, so Valandiel goes first. And in your room is Anor, probably still awake.
Is it in the morning?
Yes.
Okay, so I gather my things and I head back down to where we were all hanging out the night before, where we were all just kind of hanging out before I met Fox.
You don't even say hi
Fox
to him?
Valenos. To who?
The person reading a book in your room.
Is he awake still?
Yeah, because
My
I only need like
apologies.
an hour of
We-
sleep a night.
Okay,
We don't
okay.
even need to sleep. We just need to sit down and chill.
Yeah.
So Valandiel stretches, and then he says, "Good morning." And then as he's takes the covers off, revealing his muscular form, he then goes and puts on. He says, "How'd you sleep?"
I don't.
All right, and he goes and continues to put on his clothes, and then
And then I look back down in my book.
and then he heads back downstairs to where everybody hung out the night before. After putting his clothes on and brushing his teeth.
When you head down, it is bright as the sun is shining in through the windows, and you can smell bacon and eggs and sausages being cooked, and you see Bumbor. Is it right? Bumbor, right? I don't have another. Butterbur, sorry.
Butterbur.
Bumbor was one of the dwarves, I believe. Yeah, Butterbur. Get my names jacked up. Butterbur cooking eggs. And he says, "Good morning, master. How did you sleep? Finest sleep and all that rest you'll have here."
I would agree. As always, it was wonderful, sir. Do you happen to have a cup of coffee prepared?
Yes, I can put a pot on or stew some up.
There's a few short, simple pleasures in life, and I must say that coffee is one of those. Am I right?
Yes, I can make that for you. I just said that. And he goes over and puts a pot on and goes, would you be requiring any food? I make very good eggs.
Nah, I'm okay. Thank you so much for the offer. The coffee will be fine.
And he looks at you, shrugs his shoulders, go back to what he's doing. Okay. Aenor.
I will finish reading the chapter that I was on, close the book, and get my stuff and head downstairs as well.
What are you reading?
There and back again.
Oh, okay. Are you trying? So, how many times have you read it so far? You're like an
Like
expert?
4.
Okay. Right in your sleep. Cool. All right. So you head down and you get the same smells. There's nobody else in here yet. The sun has just risen in the sky, and you see Valendiel just sitting down. And Butterbur comes over and gives him a coffee in a big stout ale glass or tankard. There we go. Stout tankard. Is it the same thing? Tankard. It's in a tankard.
I say good morning.
Good morning, Master Elf. Would you be requiring? And he doesn't even. He's like stops because he realizes what who he's talking to. Anything this morning?
I'll actually take breakfast this morning, please.
Oh.
Get some tea.
I hope my humble offerings make a presentable gift to your palate. And he goes over and starts putting stuff on a plate and humming a little song to himself. Are you sitting next to Valendiel or no?
I'll sit across from him.
Okay.
So I wonder where the rest of our ragtag group of adventurers are.
I will arise at the smell of coffee, so I will probably be down shortly.
Okay. That's fine.
Valendiel takes a sip of his coffee and says, "Well, the sooner we get going, the better, if you ask me."
I agree.
And cometh from the stairs is gentle hobbit feet. Probably wouldn't even hear it if it wasn't so quiet in here.
Good morning, Helga.
Good morning.
What
Fine
time
night
did you
we
get to
had.
bed?
There are times we do not check clocks, and last night was one of them.
Butterbur.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I would like to think so. I had to piss a lot this morning.
God.
Wow.
Butterbur looks over at the table, getting ready to bring a decent-sized plate of eggs and sausage over, and then sees you, Helga, and then walks back, and you see him just get a punch bowl, and he just starts scooping everything he has on the stove into the punch bowl, and begins to walk over to you and says, "Hello, little miss. I some hobbit-sized breakfast for you." And
Thank you.
nice plate of eggs and bacon and sausage for you, Master Elf, and coffee.
Tea, please.
Tea, that's right. Sorry. And then he puts the coffee down in front of you, Helga, and says, "Coffee?"
Coffee. Thank
Very
you.
good. Tea. I think I have some tea. And he turns around, which will bring up Tarbin.
What? I rolled a 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. Which will bring up
gonna say,
Iriel. Well, because it says GM. Sorry.
If you have a problem with me, just say so.
Never dared to dream that I could say such a thing.
Smart man. Since I didn't go to sleep, I'll come in through the front door of the tavern. Like I wasn't upstairs.
Oh, you were outside.
Yeah, I went for a walk.
Okay. You will have noticed there was a commotion at the northern gate, or eastern gate, this morning.
Well, I know what it was. Like, well, I have gone over and seen it.
You would have seen a couple of guards, or like militia, essentially, rushing over to the gate in the morning, bringing some. But if you went to go investigate, you would have noticed that they detained Death's character for having severed heads and bringing them to the gate. Like they.
I'm not even gonna get involved. I'll just watch it happen.
So
And then
you see him walk up, and with severed heads in his hand, and immediately guards man the gates and point arrows to him and tell him to put his weapons down and heads down and ask his business. And they have a nice back and forth where he threatens to kill all of them because they can't understand how much of a good deed he did for the lands of Bree. But if they're so stupid that they would challenge him, then he'll take them all on.
can Death even speak to them? Because he only speaks Elvish, doesn't he?
That's fair point. So Death does the finger thing as he does, and basically points at each one of them and does this. Puts his finger across his neck.
I got what you're doing.
But then I guess because he understands there's a language barrier, and he has some inspiration to show restraint for whatever reason, that he will be let them take him into their charge.
Do I see where they take him?
They just detain him at the gate, trying to find somebody that speaks Elvish.
Go over.
Elvish.
Well, you don't know that they're trying to find somebody to speak Elvish. Well, if you're listening with your elven ears, you can hear
Yeah,
them
I'm
say
gonna
that
say
they're
bullshit. I know what they're doing.
they're gonna send runners across in the town to see if they can find anybody that speaks
I'll
Elvish.
walk over.
Okay, and one of the guards says, "Wall, miss, Wall, please take a step back. This is a vicious elven manslayer."
I know the man.
And his eyes brighten, and he puts his hand on his weapon. "You know this man?"
Yes, I know him. I could talk to him. I speak Elven clearly. I can let you know what he said.
You do that for us, then.
What?
You do that for us, then.
Yeah, I don't have any. I'm not trying to cause any problems.
All right.
Clearly, something happened. He's holding severed heads.
Okay. So they let you speak to Death's. I forget what Death's character's name is.
I do too.
Crack
Uh,
Junior.
That's right.
Right, Junior.
So it's Thang.
Shrek elf.
Yeah, it's Thang.
Thang?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shrelf.
Thang. What? What? Why do you have severed heads?
I killed them. I saved a farm and slaughtered the men who dared attack them. And as proof of the assault, I cut off their heads to bring them to Bree to let them know that evil is afoot.
Thang, what? Why didn't you bring the men here to be arrested?
Because they dare attack me. But don't worry, the dwarves helped. They saw everything.
Where are the dwarves?
Not here.
Where did they go?
I don't know.
We
There's
we
one
kind of need
coming in.
Yes.
we kind of need them so that they can vouch for what happened because you look real bad right now.
I look like a hero.
You don't.
I'm amazing. And he
You don't?
points. He's like, "There's a dwarf there now, coming this way."
Keep dokie.
But
So how far along did we get on learning our
everybody's got to give me a 20 for success. You need 15 successes. I think you guys are at most 8.
Hell yeah. Volandiel always pulls
I'm
through,
sorry,
baby.
you needed higher than a 10. Or you need a 10 or higher, but you need 15 successes. So this is day 2. So mark it on your sheet. And Helga,
Take that.
I think you got 2 successes for those sessions you missed. So
I'm gonna look at the guards and say, don't take him anywhere. And I'm gonna look at Thang and I'm gonna say, don't move. I'm gonna go get Dustin. What's your character's name?
huh?
Tarvin, but it's his second in command that's coming in.
He can speak common.
Yes.
Okay, then good. Then never mind. I didn't say that. So when he comes walking up, do we know his name?
This is Dustin's person, so Dustin will roll play it.
Dustin, do we know his name?
Yeah, his name's Eric.
Okay. Eric, were you with Thang when this, and I gesture to the severed heads, happened?
Yes. I was there. Hence the
Okay.
reason I'm a little late getting here. I was hoping that he would have all the commotion done with all the heads.
Okay, can you explain to these guards what happened? Because this looks very bad because he cannot speak common.
I guess that would make kind of a problem. Yes, we were going back to our respective camps last night, and one of your outlying farms was being attacked by the bodies that were attached to those heads that he is there holding. And they had attacked us, and we had defended ourselves, and we slew them, and then I guess he brought the heads to show proof that there was actually people out there harming people. So you have a farm back there that is currently burning with dead farmers.
They never set it on fire. But that's fine. Just so you know.
It could be on fire.
It could be, you're right. And they say, and they didn't think to keep any of them alive.
What? What did you say?
I didn't think to keep any of them alive.
Okay, it's not what you said, but all right. I speak common and Elvish. That's not what you said.
Trying to go for like native. I don't know.
No, you're doing good. You're doing good.
Thanks, Travis. Appreciate you.
I got you,
Okay.
baby.
The spot.
Well, our friend here, he kind of went into a dance of death, and
He
was
saw all the
little-
evil.
Yes, he got a little erection when he was able to kill everybody, and
Oh,
it just kind of
boy.
happened. Yes.
Well, in our lands, we call that murder.
Well, it was murder what they did to the poor farmers, and we were attacked. We were just investigating to make sure everything was okay, and then they decided that we needed to die, so they had no witnesses.
And the guard looks at you and then looks at Thang and says, "We'll have to send out a runner to make sure." I'm just changing accents now. because
I
it's already
know.
all in my head. I'm all fucked up now. We'll have to send runners to make sure your claims are true. Would you mind waiting here until their return? You happy now?
Of course, but can I ask one question?
Of course you can, my good sir. So you speak so eloquently. Please be my guest.
Do you recognize any of those heads? Are there people in this area?
I can assure you that I've never seen these men before, and their faces of pain almost make the spirit in me shaken.
I won't argue with you there, but at least that proves that we didn't just go kill your farmers and bring their heads.
7 heads and a word of a dwarf and an elven murderer mean nothing, but we will gain confirmation. Should your innocence be proven so, then you'll be free to go, and then we will have a much worse problem on our hands. But
I feel like you might have a brain injury and it's clouding your judgment.
These are not the droids you're looking for.
so Arabella,
Shrek's character looks at the guard and goes,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, Shrek's character looks at the guard and says, "I will kill all of you."
Like,
oh, is that what he did?
you
Is that
missed
what- I
it, you
just
missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. All right, and then Arabella enters the Inn of Bree as Tarvin
He
comes
pronounced it
down.
right.
As
What did you say?
the Inn of the Prancing Pony, son of a bitch. And Tarvin walks down the steps.
Crossover.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tarvin. Well, it is the inn at Bree.
Yes.
So
We said
Tarvin.
Arabella.
You said,
You said
Yeah,
Arabella.
Arabella.
That's why I said, what did you say?
Stop making characters that have similar names.
Ariel.
Ariel.
Arabelle
Yeah,
are not
Ariella
similar.
and Arabella.
No, not Ariella. Ariel. Ariel. Arabella.
Tarvin comes
Ariel.
downstairs while Ariel enters, and Butterbur has given up on life.
Honestly,
Oh,
that's
no.
like saying Nick and
Oh,
Mark.
it's
are
Tarvin's
the
turn?
same.
Yes, Tarvin comes down. For the love of God, please.
Tarmin crawls out of bed.
Tarmin
and
or
rubs
Tarvin?
his head. Tarvin.
Okay, Tarvin time.
He sits on the edge of his bed and starts rubbing his temples.
His temples.
Roll for hangover.
My head. And then he'll go to the head and just urinate noisily.
You are going to have a
For about
level
3 minutes.
of tiredness on you, sir, for your activities the night before.
Tarvin ignores God.
That's fair.
He can wait a minute while I piss. And then after he kind of throws water on his face, he gets back into his clothes and marches downstairs ever so slowly. Yes, so great. This is the last time I smoke weed with a hobbit. I'd rather be drunk than this. And he'll walk up to the counter. I would like a very cold glass of water
And
and
he
some breakfast.
pulls out a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, he just said kind, sir.
Yep, he pulls out a big flask of water. He pours it in there, and you hear him open up a chest and grab a scoop of ice and put it in the cup and put it down in front of you. And he says, "I watched you party hard last night. It was it's not every day you see a dwarf mixed with men and hobbits. Very strange indeed."
Well, I would say it was fun, but I would be lying at the moment. Maybe it was fun in the beginning, but at the end my head was about to fall off my shoulders. What are you serving for breakfast this morning, kind sir?
Eggs, bacon, and sausage. Keep wanting to say steak. Sorry.
Oh, I'm kind of intrigued by steak. And is it steak wrapped with bacon?
I never said steak, but I can make a steak.
Oh, yes. Lots of eggs and some greasy bacon would help.
And he continues making it as Ariel enters the inn.
Ariola!
Oh God. I'm gonna walk over to him and say, so little problem.
Oh, great.
Hang and your dwarves, or one of the dwarves, Eric, went with him, and apparently one of the farms was being attacked, and they took it upon themselves, well, Thang, I believe, took it upon themselves to behead them and bring them here, the heads, to show that they had attacked the farm and that they took care of it. And the guards have him detained out front, because as you know, he can't speak common. So me and Eric had to aid in that. Basically, they're not going to let him go until they do an investigation.
Well, thought you were gonna tell me bad news. You know, I feel like he just wasn't hugged enough as a kid.
I wouldn't. I maybe not.
Oh, well, I will go talk to Eric and see if I can find out anything.
Eric walks in behind her. He's standing right there. Oh no, I'm
Eric.
sorry. He's not. He's up with the thing. I apologize. Yeah, he's up at the gate.
Oh, I must have smoked way too much. I swear I saw him walk in.
Nope, he's up at the gate. So you're leaving?
He's gonna take his glass of water and he'll yell over to, well, not yell. Speak over to Butterbird and say that I will be back in a couple minutes.
Okay.
If my food's done before then, just put it on the table and I will eat it.
Okay.
And Tarbin will walk out with his iced water, and he'll kind of put his left hand kind of over his brow to kind of block out the sun, because it's extra painful today.
All right. And Ariel, are you doing anything with anybody else in the inn?
I mean, everybody else was asked if they wanted breakfast.
What?
Everybody else was asked if they wanted breakfast.
I'm sorry. Yes, Butterbur. He makes you a plate without you even asking, and says that I appreciate you being very kindly to Gob or Nob last night. I get him convinced. I get him mixed up.
Not a problem. He's a very nice hobbit.
I gave you a little extra, for your kindness.
Thanks. And I hand him silver or two.
Oh, I can't take that.
All right. Well, thank you. And if you wouldn't mind our friend's plate, if he could come to the table, because he has to go take care of some business, but he still very much wants to eat. Tarquin.
Tarquin?
Tarquin. Isn't his name?
Tarbin.
Tarbin. Sorry.
Yeah, it's tough remembering people's names. I understand. So you want me to take his plate?
Yeah, take Sin's plate and go put it over there.
I put it where you tell me to.
Good.
Okay. And you guys see Ariel with a plate of food in her hand? Are you going
I'm
over
gonna
there?
walk over to the
Okay, all
table.
right, go
Yeah.
ahead. Do it. Walk.
Hell yeah, bring the food over to the table.
Yeah. He didn't bring you your. Oh, that's right. You had coffee.
I had coffee, that's all I ordered.
Yes, I'll sit down and
Yeah, so.
tell everybody what I just told Tarbin.
Okay.
You guys are gonna make me repeat that, are you?
Go ahead.
Thrang killed a bunch of farmers and brought their 7 heads to town.
Excuse me. Why would he be killing farmers?
Because, oh, sorry, not the farmers. The ones that were pretending to be farmers. They were attacking them, so he cut their heads
Pretending
off.
to be farm. I'm. This is all. You just brought in a bunch of heads with breakfast. Hold
Yep.
on, Ariel.
Imagine-
please help
imagine-
me understand what's going on here. There's supposedly people that pretend to be. You know, it's a lot easier for me to understand that these are just regular people that he killed and is claiming that they're pretending to be farmers, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Whatever helps you process it.
No,
Was taking a
I'm not
walk.
okay with this. Why is he killing people from the peaceful town of Bree?
It wasn't people from Bree. The guards up front said that they don't even know who they were.
They didn't even know who we were, but we're perfectly peaceful people coming in here.
But we're not from
And-
Bree.
Right, and he's saying that they're not people that they're familiar with, but we're completely fine. We're good people. I
weren't
don't
attacking
know
the
about you,
farm.
Ariel, but would you want your head cut off and brought in on a breakfast platter?
Well, I'm not carrying heads. The heads are out there with Thang. Also, I wouldn't be attacking somebody else's
I am-
farm.
Not comfortable with this new person that we met named Thrang. He comes racing out of the woods with a bunch of his accomplices firing arrows, and supposedly we're supposed to trust him? No. I don't know if I trust this fellow.
Well, Tharbin's dwarves were with him and collaborated his story that these guys were attacking these farmers.
Thrandiel looks, or excuse me, Valandiel looks at
Nobody
Tarbin
can remember
for
anybody's
confirmation.
names today. Tarbin's friend is at the gate.
No, I'm looking at Tarbin himself.
Tarbin
He
left to go to
left.
the gate.
Oh, he let to do the gate. Okay, so
You're
it's just,
thinking of Tarquin.
no.
I
So
I
it's
can
just
go to
me.
bed. I don't have to be here.
It's just me, Anor, and who's left? Ariel,
Helga.
Helga.
Helga and Ariel.
So I look at Anor and I look at Helga and I'm like, am I the only one thinking that this is not okay? That he's just coming in with the heads of men into this and supposedly claiming that they're bad.
He's not the only one claiming it. He has somebody verifying his story as well. If it was just him, I could see you feeling this way, but
How about we go? Let me finish this cup of coffee and let's go talk to Tarbin.
okay, you finished your cup of coffee and you go do that.
I'm upset,
Alright,
but I
fine.
still want to drink this coffee.
I'm upset, but I paid for this cup of coffee. Damn it!
Yeah.
Okay.
He's of Jewish descent. Let him go.
Okay.
is
You
this?
asked. You asked.
Northern Jewish descent.
You asked. You asked them for their opinion, and then you completely don't let them give it.
I did,
But
Yeah.
You didn't. You didn't. You
but
didn't let
Helga
them
didn't
talk.
respond. Helga,
You
go
didn't
ahead
give her a
and say
chance. You
how
said,
you agree
"Helga, are
with
you
me."
outraged by this? I'm finishing my coffee, and then I'm leaving."
And I'm outraged. In the meantime, while I'm finishing my coffee, tell me how to feel.
Tell you how to feel. This isn't therapy, sir.
I don't even think in therapy you're supposed to tell me what to feel. But anyway, Helga, am I crazy in thinking that this seems like it should be a matter of concern or discussion at least?
I mean, we're discussing it now. It's being discussed.
Shouldn't they be held to a trial before just one of us decides that they get their head removed?
Trial. I see heads in a bag. Seems that's irreversible.
It's the least that we men deserve as an opportunity among our peers to be considered for our wrongs. Am I incorrect in thinking that?
I mean,
I mean,
no, go ahead.
The Valinor
you-
would expect us to be able to consider ourselves natural rights to not be killed if we didn't do anything wrong. Allow us the opportunity to be able to be convinced by our peers that there would be a wrongdoing. Am I incorrect?
I mean, how many dead people's heads did he have?
Yeah.
Three.
How many is too many?
Well, I mean,
How many trials do you want to have?
Yeah,
Well, 3 if there's 3 heads.
we'll say 3. I think there was
7.
Yeah, there's 7
Oh,
altogether.
then 7.
How many trials is too many?
I mean, in these times, with everything that's going on, I feel like if you, man, elf, dwarf, hobbit, whoever the hell you are, you decide to come on
somebody else's land and attempt to steal or destroy or harm
arm,
your property or the people who own it, you
you
kind
kind
of open yourself
of
up to
being killed.
Can the local people confirm that he owned that property? Because then it's probably good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Valandiel finishes the dregs of the bottom of his cup and slams it on the table and says, I want to speak to Tarbin.
All
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 right.
right. He's out front by the gate.
And so he steps out from the table and puts the money down that's owed to Butterbur, the kind gentleman who provided me coffee first thing in the morning. What a gentleman and a scholar. And then he heads out of the Prancing Pony to head to the gate where he's been told that Tarbin and his dwarves are at.
And Butterbur comes over and he asks if you are all taken care of and if you need anything. Not you, you're
Valandil
gone.
says,
You're gone.
oh, okay.
I would love some water, and I would look at the other two at the table and go, men are so dramatic.
I just nod my head yes.
And he sees.
I tell Butterbur that his eggs and sausage and bacon were fantastic.
I very much appreciate that, Mr. Master Elf. And he bows and says, a tip. It's a shame. Some people don't know that the cost of food is built into the price of their room. But not that I'm telling you guys to tip me, he says. This is well enough.
I already tried to tip you.
Yeah, and he walks away.
I tell him that I will tell everyone of the wonderful food that I had here at the Prancing Pony.
Well, he starts looking around the room. He's like, if you do that, I may have to start expanding. Maybe I have to make the room
Here's a tip. Carry more mead.
mead. I have mead.
More.
Do you require mead, little miss?
Is there any mead left after last night?
That's a very good point. And if
You told me there was no mead left.
I have to save my wares. I'm running a business here. I can't drain it all in one night.
Oh, I see. I would cut me off too. I understand.
Trying to remember if I even said that and forgot you weren't even here. So Butterbur's around the back trying to find you some mead now.
No, I don't need it right now.
It's too late. It's already happened. You called
Some mead to go. Fabulous.
You called my man out on his mead honor. Tarbin, you head to the gate, and you see that the crowd has lessened from what Ariel has described, and there's Tarbin. You're just sitting down on the bench next to Thang, waiting. And when you walk up, one of the guards walks up to you and says, very politely and eloquently, excuse me, Master Dwarf, state your business.
Yes, I am Tarbin, and you have my good companion Eric over there. I was just checking to see if he was okay and if there was any way that I could speak with him.
Feel free to exchange words. Eric's been nothing but a gentleman.
I thank you, kind sir.
And you and I guess, are you Eric and yourself?
No, you get to be Eric.
Oh, I get to be Eric. Alright.
Bust out your Russian accent, buddy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Parmas. All right. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead.
Eric,
Yes.
what happened?
Well, there were many combatants at the farm with humans nearby, and we asked them to give us 50 gold, and they not. No, I'm just kidding. And the maddened elf, and he looks at Tarbin. He looks at Thang to see if he decided to engage in slaughter the 7 filthy, trashy men. And when they would not be fit to be in your presence, Master Tarbin.
You were most kind, and they attacked first?
No, they invaded home first, and then blood-raged elf attacked, and we aided, as it seemed fitting, as they were basically murderers and thieves.
Well, I'm sure you did us all great honor, whether it be...
He looks at the guard who's not paying attention, and you see him pull something out of his pocket, and he said, and it looks like just a flap of leather, kind of like a wallet. And he says, "One of them was carrying this," and he hands it to you.
Tarbin will pocket it.
You okay?
You're most smart, Eric. Well, hopefully we get this cleared up as soon as possible, and we can get you some breakfast. My head is pounding. I had kind of a rough night trying to gather information.
Understood. I will wait fate.
Did the other dwarves make out okay?
Everybody is fine. Like I said, elven man made mess of things, and we babysit.
Okay. Well, as soon as this gets cleared up, we'll get you some food and some water, and we'll get you some rest.
Very good.
Tarbin will go back to the guard. Do you have any estimation how long this will take, kind sir?
Ryder should be back, and he looks at his watch that isn't there. Any moment now. Tis a short run on horse.
Very kind of you.
Okay.
I'm going to go back to the prancing pony and finish up breakfast, and then I will come out and see what the verdict is.
You turn around and see Valandiel storming toward the gate.
I wouldn't say exactly storming, but definitely
furiously
moving.
walking.
I would say moving with a purpose.
Moving with a purpose toward the gate.
Tarbin will make a beeline, kind of diagonal, so he has to meet him away from the guards.
Mm-hmm.
Valandiel approaches Tarbin and says, "What is this? I'm hearing that Thrang is killing men who are farmers."
No. What Eric told me is that there was some robbers that were attacking a farm, and they went to investigate, and it ended up in a fight with the thieves. And
We just met this person. Do you think we can trust them over just the idea that these might just be civilians living their own lives?
Well, I don't necessarily trust the elf, but I trust Eric. If Eric tells me they were bad guys, then they were bad guys. We don't just go around killing people for the fun of it.
Well, that's what it seems like from this limited interaction that I've had with this Thrang individual.
Maybe, but if it was just him, then yeah, I would probably think the same as you. But Eric and my other dwarves were there, and Eric tells me that they were bad guys. that were attacking a farm, then they were bad guys attacking a farm.
While I don't like
And-
it, I do accept what you are saying.
I mean, you don't have to like it, but if you were being attacked, would you just lay down your sword and do nothing?
No, but once again, we are taking the story of somebody that we just met yesterday afternoon. Is that the wisest, or perhaps is the possibility that local people in the area might be completely innocent, and that somebody who we just met yesterday might be the person that is the problem in the situation? I'm not meaning to cause difficulty to this. I accept what has happened. I trust you in your decision. You just must understand where I'm from. That if you were to find somebody that we just met yesterday brought you a plate full of dwarven heads and supposedly said that these are bad people, that you may have an opinion that this might be a little foul play. You can understand where I'm coming from, right, my friend Torben?
I do understand your hesitation, and like I said, had my dwarfs not been there to corroborate, then I would be right there with you.
I trust you and
Now,
your men, Torben. You know this.
now, if you trust me and my men, and then when they say that they are bad guys, then they were bad guys.
Then they're bad
You
guys.
should be thanking him rather than condemning him. I mean, granted, his delivery with the heads might be a bit much, but maybe that's just how he is, and how he was raised, and how his people are. I don't know. But you should be happy that those people were not killing work people.
You're right. I trust you, Tarbin, and I trust your men if you trust them.
I do. I trust Eric with my life.
Then I trust that this is a correct act of justice.
Yes. And hopefully they come back with more corroborating evidence. That's a hard word to say in Russian.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Now, if you'll excuse me, kind sir, I would like to eat my breakfast and maybe clear my head a little bit before they get back.
Please excuse me from bothering you during your breakfast. I apologize. Can I get you anything?
No, I already got some, but thank you for the offer.
You're welcome. And let me know when you're ready to be able to move on to our next step in our journey. I'll be waiting with the others back in the prancing pony.
Will do. And Tarbin will walk back and then he'll look at what Eric had given him.
You want it privately or openly?
Privately.
All right, I will send it to you in Discord. Are you so you're staying outside and Valandiel's going back?
Yeah, going back to the others that were in the main room with Butterbur and all that. And I feel kind of awkward going back into the room that I left, saying goodbye to Butterbur. But, I'm just going to ignore it because I'm Valandiel and I don't care what a Butterbur says.
Tarbin's gonna go in and eat his breakfast.
So you're going in as well?
Yeah, he can go in for a couple minutes and get some breakfast, and he'll come back out and see what happens.
So when you guys are all back in there, are you guys talking about anything special, Aenor, Helga, and Ariel, before they get back?
Probably not. I mean, are you still reading your book?
Yep. And making notes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if he's reading his book and making notes, I'd probably be eating breakfast, and I assume Helga's thoroughly enjoying her breakfast as a hobbit and not wanting to be bothered while she eats it.
her punch bowl
It's half
of
gone.
eggs. And,
Yeah.
so you guys are going to hear a noise.
Come on,
There you
yeah, we didn't hear it. We saw you do the face motion, but I didn't hear it.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
No,
heard that?
one more time.
Yes, where's it coming from?
No, one more time.
Psst.
Shut up, Lauren. That's not for you. That's for Bill.
So if you would turn around, you would see a hobbit, and there's a room in the back, which Helga wouldn't know, with like his nose just peeking through the door, looking at you guys, and you can see he's trying to get Helga's attention.
I'll look over my shoulder and notice this guy. I'm gonna pretend to ignore him and like keep taking more bites for a bit.
Looks very concerned. You guys see, like, when Helga doesn't give him the time of day, he gets very nervous and he goes to slink out back behind the door.
I'm gonna get up and go walk over to the door.
I'll pick up as much food as I can in my hands and follow.
You have
I
a
guess.
punch bowl of food.
I'll just walk out with the punch bowl.
Walk me down food.
All right, so when you guys walk in, you see a small. What is that? Death?
That's Death. I just texted him and I said, "Welcome, homie. Are you joining us?"
I don't want to step on anyone's toes.
You got the. You got
Well,
the.
you're being detained, so you're not stepping on anyone's toes.
Yeah, exactly.
You got
You
the.
human killing bitch.
You got detained at the gate. You guys
I'll
see.
tire you, sir.
You guys see an exhausted-looking hobbit, dressed, and poorly dressed, with a messy. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's Haldoon's description. That would have been bad. Just his nice white shirt is tattered. You can see there's like scratches on it. He's got lipstick, like kisses on his forehead, and this just looks completely drained. His fingers are covered in dirt as if he was tilling. He says, "Oh, that's so nice to see if one of my own kin and Bree. I tried getting a hold of one of your friends, but I really can only trust another hobbit." And he looks at the other. I was just like, "No offense, tall folk."
No problem. Helga, if you're okay, I'll step out since he clearly only wants to talk to you.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
fine.
No,
Bland deal. Just is sitting at the table still.
do you trust them?
I do.
Okay. They can stay. Can you shut the door?
Sure.
He says, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do." And you would probably recognize him. He wouldn't recognize you as Kodale Nephi Bettel. He works for Lotho Sackville Baggins. And he tells you, he's like, "Have you heard any word from Lotho? Anything?"
No, but recently I've talked to Mr. Baggins.
Which Baggins? Frodo?
Bilbo.
Bilbo Baggins. Oh, is he coming back? Tell me he's coming
That I
back.
don't know.
I don't know what to do. I was just supposed to be delivering shipments to Lotho here. Just bringing weed, expanding his business venture, and then 2 weeks ago he just stops coming, and now I'm stuck with this man who just treats me terribly, and his men are horrible people. He looks at both of you and he says, they're taking people. They're taking people here. I don't know where, and I can't stop them, and I can't do anything, and they're going to take me." And
Who? Who are these men?
they're from the east. They live in the hills. That's all I know. Haldoon is and he explains Haldoon's appearance. He's a poorly dressed man with a messy beard, missing teeth. He's got 2 fingers on his right hand, and he's got a forked tongue. and he says that the week before Lotho left, he told me that he was giving me a promotion to regional sales of his business, and Holden just keeps asking for more and more, and he looks at you, Helga, and he gets on the ground and says, now he's asking me to bring Hobbit women here. I don't know what to do. I overheard him one night speaking of repurposing farms to the west so friends have a home. Rested before they be reaching the Shire. I don't know what to do. I can't send messages home. The last man that was in the Shire was Gandalf. What are the big? He looks at you two. He's like, what do the big folk want with the Shire?
I don't know. Can you excuse me for 1 minute? And I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna rip the door open, and if I see Valandia, I'm gonna walk over to him and be like, "Can you come here for a second?"
Me?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get up. I got something I need to tell you.
All right. Palantir reluctantly gets up, very curious as to why there would be such a panic by this young elf woman, and I follow her, and I'm
Oh,
like,
she has got a very big smug smile on her face. And she's gonna bring you back in the room, and she's gonna shut the door and be like, "I'm so sorry, small friend. Can you repeat everything you just said about this horrible, horrible man with the 2 fingers and the forked tongue to this man?"
And he
I
explains that that Lotho had been expanding his business east to Bree, and been bringing, batches and batches of this leaf. And then 2 weeks ago, he was given this promotion to take over, as Lotho had to meet with some prospecting. I forgot that on my notes. He had a meeting with a potential buyer of his farms east, and that he would be taking over and being Haldoon's connection. And he doesn't know why, who Haldoon is. He just knows that he's a man from the east, and he's trying to get closer and closer to setting up homes, places for his men to the west, and that they are taking settlers from Bree. He doesn't know where, but he knows they're taking them.
And the Hobbit women.
And he wants to bring he wants them to start bringing Hobbit women with him.
So tell me, when is the trial?
Have they ever smelled a hobbit woman's feet?
Ew, no.
And Kodale looks at you and says, Have you ever smelled their feet? They don't bathe. They don't bathe. What type of people don't bathe? Their clothing is terrible. It's horrible. And
What do they want? Never mind, I don't want to know.
what do they what?
I was gonna ask what they want, but I don't. What they want with the hobbit feet women, but
Well,
I don't want to know.
they have the pleasures of men. They
I'm
think
just saying. If you can get over the smell.
it's like dogs.
Valandiel,
It's like a dog's foot. It just smells like Fritos.
I want to hear what the man has to say.
Valandiel hears all
Cis
of
white
this.
male.
Yeah, that's it.
And
That's it.
it starts resonating with him with what his friend had mentioned. Oh my goodness, thank you.
You say
With-
thank you to his wife. Relax.
Yeah.
No, I was thanking you, Bill, for this opportunity to play video games with you,
Mhm.
or tabletop role-playing games.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, "Oh, this makes sense. I have been contacted by another member of the Wardens of the Greywood about Eastern men coming into the area," and he pulls out the map and he starts explaining what he heard from his friend, explaining about the different X's and the zeros on the map.
You see a wave of relief wash over Kodale's face, and he's looking at the map and he's pointing. He's like, "Yes, these were homes, these were farms. That I know these ones. They took over. They live there now. They're trying to pass themselves off as the people who live there. They live in these. These are the farms."
Oh, so there were people coming and attacking these farms and then pretending to be those farmers?
I believe so.
That's so interesting. Huh.
Did
Did you hear that?
How did you get this map?
The wardens of the Grey Wood are paying attention to the lands here.
And they have this map, and they haven't tried to help or help me.
I'm glad you
They're,
asked.
they're probably waiting for the trials to be over.
Oh, thank God! You already have some on
Daniel.
trial.
Gives a very annoyed side eye to the young bitch Ariel next to him.
Does Aldu know they're on
Wow.
trial? How many are there on trial?
Yes. How many are on trial, Ariel?
I wouldn't know. I'm not a man. We
How
elves don't
many
hold.
heads?
We don't hold such silly trials. When people do things like that, they usually lose their heads.
Or do you
There's
wait
7 of
a
them.
millennia before you actually act?
Not me. Maybe my
Perhaps into the
ancestors.
third age, maybe. Where you had a chance during the first to take care of this.
Hey, you're talking about my ancestors, not me.
Hmm.
That's a typical man
Funny.
move. I get it.
Valandiel does a courteous bow to the hobbit in front of him and says, "Thank you for helping corroborate the situation that's in the area. I assure you that the men in the area will take care of it."
That is when they're done with the trials, considering you didn't believe the other
And
elf and
before she even
dwarf.
finishes her fucking mouth, he turns around and leaves.
It stings when you're wrong. It's okay.
Can't hear you, the door's shut.
Now you can hear it. And Helga, he looks at you and says, like kind of jaw dropped, and he's not sure if he's actually going to be helped or not. But he says again, so did Master Bilbo say if he was coming back or not? You know, they ask a lot of questions about him.
He did not, although I will say he seemed quite content in the city. He is looking for Gandalf.
I haven't heard anything about Gandalf. He comes once in a blue moon.
But he was the last to leave.
Well, he was there for Bilbo's birthday. That was 2-3 months ago.
Ah, that aligns with everything we've heard so far. That makes sense. I'm sorry I don't have any other word on Bilbo.
And what?
We will help you, though.
Thank goodness. He knows where I live. He knows my family. I don't know. How can you help me?
Well, you could either tag along with us, or we will go after them, and you could stay here.
How does that protect my family?
I said we'd help you.
So can I get in here?
No, you're detained at the moment.
I will uppercut
You
my-
could retrieve your family and bring them to a safe place.
They're in the Shire. Am I to stay here? Why? What is your plan?
We're headed there. You can come with. I believe we're headed there, right, guys? That's
Yeah.
still the plan. Yep.
Yep.
We're headed there, so you can either come with us, and we will make sure that you stay safe to the best of our abilities. Although there may be conflict if it's as you've described. So you're welcome to follow behind as well. Or stay here and we'll send word. But if you're truly worried about your family, you could pick up a stick and come fight with us.
He looks at Anor and Aurelia, and he says, or Ariel, sorry, and you'll protect us.
Well, I'll try. Don't be a coward, though.
He's looking at the big folk.
I will do my best.
They're good people. And at least one of them can do some magic tricks.
Okay.
Tarvin's by himself eating breakfast.
Just shoveling it down, wondering why.
They all left me. Well,
I'm not going back. I'll stay with you. I feel so much
Just don't
better.
be a burden.
No,
And
you
carry your own food.
won't even notice I'm here.
You can't have any of this food. And she just takes the bowl.
And he looks at you with like this confused face. It's like, you're being so nice to me. Why would I take your food? So Tarbin, are you staying at the gate? Or are you back?
Tarvin's at the end.
Oh,
eating
okay.
his
All right. Yeah. So he.
While everybody was having a powwow.
Okay. So then, yeah, you see Valandiel storm out, and you hear Aurelia's voice coming from the room in the back, and you see Nephi Bettel open the door and walk out with his chin held high and looks like he's got a wave of relief across his face. He doesn't look as concerned as he did last night, and he sees Tarbin, you're here. I just met your friends.
Yes, we were going to help you. I'm guessing you told them everything
Well,
that you needed to tell them. Huh?
I mainly wanted to talk to Helga, but she just seemed to enjoy spirits too much for conversation last night.
Conversed.
We needed to keep her fresh, so I jumped on it. But yes.
So we're leaving right away then? And he puts his hands up together, like excited. We can save my family?
Soon. We have a couple things we need to tie up here.
I can't be seen with you guys. Haldun will kill me.
You could wear a disguise?
I'm a hobbit.
Wear a bush?
You could hold the hand of that human, and you could be your kid. Yes.
Wear a bush.
Wear a bush.
Sorry, someone else has played Divinity.
Yes.
Oh boy, get a cardboard box. We'll do it Metal Gear Solid style.
I
I'm sorry.
I could baby Bjorn you, and you could be in my backpack.
He looks at Aurelia's or Ariel's hand. I guess I'll be your child.
Fine by me.
Ew.
Held him a hand out.
Then he goes to pick up Aenor's hand, and I guess you'll be my dad.
Sure.
Swing me.
Yes, I saw that coming.
Lost me.
Your child with hairy feet and a big bushy beard.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you some shoes
Keep a
or
razor.
some sort of something, and he has a big beard.
No, it's like a gentleman's cut.
Yeah, you're gonna have to shave, and we're gonna have to get some sort of hat to cover your non-elf ears.
Oh, yeah.
We,
He didn't even think of
we
that.
have another problem we need to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And Tarvin will bring everybody in except Valandil since he left.
Whoa.
He's gone. And he'll reach into his pocket and he'll pull out like a little leather wallet. He had got this from one of the attackers on the farm. And on it, there's a white hand on it. Like a white handprint. Do any of you recognize this?
Would we recognize the hand of Saru?
No.
No. Nope. Got no idea what that is.
Anything Lore can do?
What's what? Could lore do it?
Lore?
Yeah. Go ahead, give me a lore roll. It'd have to be a high check. Because this... Oh, sorry. Yeah. Give me a lore. It'll be a high check. I'd probably say above a 20.
Oh, I only got a 17.
So
So nope.
No, you know what? Hold on. the 17. What else does everybybody else get? If
Well, my
everybody has a
roll? Oh, no, I'm not here. Never
That's
mind.
what. Yeah.
Hold
lore.
on. What does that line up with on the skills?
Lore.
Yeah, lore.
Come
It's
on.
above
was
mimicry and below ledger domain.
Oh, never mind. It's on there. I see it. I see it.
Good question, Tom. I might just give you that for 17.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Look at that roll. On your screen, you can see it on yours. You're the DM.
Sorry. I don't have fantasy grounds opened up. Sorry. Tarvin got a 19 and the 16. So yeah, I would say the 17 and the 19. With you
Oh, wait a
guys, with you guys being older of the race, or 23. No, not a
No,
23.
no, I did that wrong. I was trying to type out like my roll plus a number, but it doesn't work like that. Okay. Okay, well, I got a 2
That's almost
plus
a 20.
3.
Yeah. With
Uh,
with them being as old as they are, Aurelia and Aenor. Sorry, Tarvin. I'm giving you guys bonuses for being elves. You would recognize that as the Hand of Sauron. You would have recalled some old, probably messages that he had sent in ages past, where he would have used that as a watermark. Sorry, Tarvin, you're not old enough.
So
That's
I
a
don't know
problem.
even at a 19.
But how old are you?
Like,
No, Tarvin.
I'll have to look that up. I know I had it wrote down somewhere.
I mean, you're within 200, within 100, 100 and some years. I would think, like 150 years. And then, how old were you, Aurelia and Aenor?
It's 175.
Yeah.
oh, I'm several hundred years old, 300 or 400 years old.
And you?
Yeah, something like 3 something.
Yeah.
Just got to my driver's license.
Maybe one of your older contacts, if you're 150 with a 19, yeah, maybe you would have seen it through, some old dwarven letters from when the rings of power were made. Since you're
Give us the rings.
since you're friends with Gimli or whatever, or cousins to Gimli, and you know, old letters from the king.
Did y'all roll 20s?
They roll. Oh, you did roll 20s. Yeah, it should D8 should be 2d6s.
Because I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ,
Yeah.
I'm like the lore master,
Yeah,
and
right.
you guys are beating me.
2d6s. Yes. So a 9. So 13. So what was it for you, Callisto?
and 12 total.
12. Okay, and then Tarvin 2d6s and Aurelia 2d. Yeah, it is 2d6s. Sorry, that's right. Good call, Tom.
Hold on, wait. Oh no, ignore that. Don't pay attention to this. This is wrong. Hold on.
I'm stuck with Pathfinder in my brain. Sorry, sir. Just roll 2d6s, Lauren.
I got it. Chill out.
Right click.
God.
Left click, hold, right
Stop
click.
it.
There you go.
Oh, it. Okay, it did.
So an 8, and then you, Tarvin.
Didn't take.
Yeah, so
Dragon.
then 9 plus. Okay, so 9 total. So then, with your 17 with lore, you would definitely recognize it as the Hand of Saruman. Saruman.
Saran?
Yeah, Saruman, Aenor. So Aenor knows.
Okay. Like, so I tell you guys, I said, it's a mark of the Hand of Sauron.
Saruman, sorry.
Saruman, sorry.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I screwed up, sorry.
Do you think somebody else is trying to blame him? Because doesn't it seem odd that a wizard would have people out attacking farms? Isn't he one of the good guys?
I mean, if he was one of the good guys, then why does he have Gandalf imprisoned?
Oh, that's right. Do we? Yeah, we did not.
Yeah, you guys do
Yeah.
know
Don't worry about me. I smoke too much weed. Well, this
I will.
complicates thing if he's sending out people to kill,
Yes,
especially around here.
it explains his odd behavior with Gandalf.
Do we tell the guards?
I feel that we should at least warn them. Yes.
Yes.
I just want you guys to tell Glenn,
Valendil.
however you say his name, the man in our party.
The man of the party. Go ahead, say it again.
That human.
Excuse no. I like the way she said it.
The man of the party.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
So what
I
was
feel
he
like
up
there
to?
should be some disdain.
Whoa.
Man.
The man of our party.
No. The man. Go ahead, say it. The man.
I won't say that. I'll just call you the human.
So when
Yeah,
you
right.
you say that out loud, Anor, right?
To them, very silently, I make sure I tell no one else.
Yep. And
the moment.
Kodale says that's who Lotho is going to see.
Whoop. I just start skipping towards the door. I have to tell somebody.
Who can I tell that we'll just murder everybody? With that being said, what is everybody doing?
Stand at the gate like a fucking idiot.
I'm gonna
Go to the
skip out.
gate.
Yeah, I'm gonna skip out towards that gate.
So Fang, a rider comes in on a horse, dressed in the fashions of those on the watch at Bree, and he corroborates the story of the people who were at the farm that you saved, and they say that Fang saved their lives along with an accompaniment of dwarves, and they owe him a huge gratitude. They have given you a silver penny for each person that you had slain. So you have 7 silver pennies.
7 silver pennies. Woo!
Should donate that to the orphans. It would
Of the men you slain.
Are,
course.
are
Always
there,
orphans. There are
Yes,
always
there's-
orphans.
dwarven orphans. The strong neck variety.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
But you knew there are always orphans.
So
They
he
are almost
says
always dwarves.
he says you are free. You and Eric are free to go.
Thanks. Where do you want this pile of heads?
They've confiscated them from you.
Okay.
And you see that the guardsmen are sending written down detail of what the account was to send to the mayor.
Oh, excellent. All right, gents. Well, if that's all you got for me, I got a party to meet inside the town. Let's go.
We're
And
standing right here.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yes, I am short. You don't have to tell me.
I mean, I'm not wildly tall.
You're taller than me, so something.
Well, everything's taller than you except hobbits.
No, there's... Yes, thank you. At least have a little something.
Right. I understand.
Well, seems like you had a wonderful night last night.
Yeah. I was heading back to my camp and came upon a little village being raided. So I went in there and thwarted them raiders but good with the assistance of some very handy dwarves. So my compliments to those fine men.
They are trained at the highest. I appreciate the compliment. Did you happen to search any of the bodies, or did my dwarves do it only?
I don't recall, Fred. Do you recall?
you just cut their heads off and left.
Yeah, heads off and then I left.
They didn't have much on them. They were dressed like ragged homeless people.
Cousins, they were ripped apart. I didn't
Yeah.
feel like getting my hands in the mess.
Well, Eric looked through the bodies and found this wallet that has the signia of Sauron.
Saruman.
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 That wizard that has Gandalf. So they were sent by him.
That doesn't make sense. He's always been our ally.
No, he's evil. He has Gandalf captured. Did you smoke the weed too?
Oh, I just
Did you smoke the weed?
I mean, he probably does.
been
It's
alive
not-
for quite a while, and in that time, he's always been our friend.
Well, he used to be, but
And-
now he's a bad guy.
I did not see that coming.
You don't get out much, do you?
When would Saruman the Wise abandon reason for madness?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he is probably behind on some debts.
Nettie
Can't
looks at
speak to that.
looks at you all and
It is
says,
madness.
and what's the plan? Are we was this one of your last orders of business?
Yes. We needed to get the rest of our people free. Which we have done. And that now we convene and decide our plan of action.
And then my family's safe.
Well, I was supposed to meet Aldoon. And he'll give the location.
Who's that guy?
Oh, right, you weren't there. So I guess we'll do like a little montage of explaining the whole Hobbit.
Yeah.
And
Montage.
yep.
I was just thinking that whole song. Thank you.
All we need is a training montage.
Aldoon is working for Saruman.
Oh,
And he is kidnapping people and taking them, and now he's wanting to get Hobbit women. Don't ask.
wow. What a
And
plan.
they are taking over the farms and putting bad guys in the place of the people they take.
That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I caught them the guys I fought against. I'm pretty sure were doing exactly that.
Probably.
They were a extraordinarily
You
rough
don't
and
say.
poorly armed lot, though.
Men often are.
So if your Hobbit friend knows the location of the farms that have been taken over, we could simply go there and eradicate all the humans that are there, and
We
return
can't.
them back to the family.
More death. Let's
We
do it.
can't do that. We can't do that.
We'll just
because they've already-
eradicate people.
I mean,
They've been investigated and been cleared, so if we go there and start killing people, then we're going to end up in jail.
That
what's
is-
a little bit of murder?
I mean, I agree. It's not. They're not good people. They're not doing good things. They're on this enemy's side. They must be destroyed. But we have to be intelligent about them and just go around smashing them with giant hammers as much as I'd like to.
I guess the question remains is, does Valendil tell his friend the truth? Or do we keep it to ourselves?
Who, me?
Are you Valendil?
No,
Valandil.
Valendil is the man that's in trouble with the female elf.
Whoa!
I mean,
Um,
I feel like if we could tell more men how they're wrong, we should do that.
Whoa!
I'm down for it.
I'm guessing I stepped into something I didn't mean to.
gender has no bearing on class and standing. And
I don't mean gender.
remember that.
I am not speaking of gender. I'm speaking of a race. Man. You are an elf. I'm an elf. Ah.
Well, it seems inflammatory no matter how you say it. Anyway, So what are we
Considering,
going to
I
do
just would
about
like
this?
you to know, because you were out here and you weren't aware of it. He thought that we should not trust you nor believe you, and that you went on a murder spree and killed these men for no reason, and I defended you.
Well,
So
thank you very much.
I just want that out there. He does not trust you and thinks that we should not travel with you. And because you cannot speak common, I also defended you in front of the guards, as well as got Eric the dwarf to help defend you. But
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your kindness and dedication to the truth.
yeah,
Which one was the one who didn't trust me and talk shit about me behind my back?
The one you're talking
that'd be
to right now.
that'd be the man. That'd be the man of our group.
Ah.
Oh my God! Is that me and Death again?
Yep,
I
it's
turned
you.
to the man of the group and I'm like, I would appreciate if you would keep unfounded,
I'm not near you, bud.
proven
I don't know who you're
accusations
talking
to
to.
yourself.
You're not with him.
I'm not
But
with you, bud.
also, you don't have common down yet, so you can't talk to him.
I'm
Yeah.
working on it. I can work on it.
Yep, you can tell me, and I can tell him, which I would
Yeah.
gladly do.
Next time
The real
my mouth gets smashed. I don't feel like
It's gotta go poorly. Flaws in this plan.
Don't talk about anybody behind their back because that is the coward's way. Only a coward talks about someone behind their back.
I mean,
Funny. I'm not there, and you're talking about me.
I'm hearing about it.
We could stand in front of him, and you can tell me, and I
I
can
would
tell him.
absolutely stand in front of me. As a matter of fact, go get that motherfucker.
If you walk backwards long enough, I'll be behind you.
And do the moonwalk.
Oh boy.
Well, we still need to work together.
We can change systems, but we can't change the prejudices.
No, I'm not. Fear not. I won't assault him or anything like that. I'm not angry.
Wow.
I would hope not. And
Appreciate
as
a little
being
leeway, considering.
a fair elf that I am, and not jump into conclusions and
Uh-huh.
things, go the wrong way, I will say this in his stead, that it did look a little bad because nobody knew what happened at first, and also he is a man, and they're a little sensitive when you cut off their own mind's heads. So that's the only defense I have for him. Other than that,
That
and
is
then
a-
once he was shown by multiple people that what you did was actually valid, he did. Well, actually, he didn't actually admit that he was wrong. He just stormed off, which, so you know.
So what you're telling me is humans are, like always, not to be trusted.
They're emotional. They're short lives. They have big emotions. They don't have a lot of time to think through
They have
those.
a lot of
Their lives are just so much shorter than ours, and they have to get out all these.
Nettie looks at you, Callista, or Helga, and says, "Is this how big folk always behave?
Not all of them, and not all the time.
So untrustworthy people."
Yeah.
I look at Debbie and I said, I'm so sorry.
What?
How am I the one that's not being trusted?
You weren't trusting. That's how untrustworthy, because you.
All of you just seem untrustworthy of each other. Like, just calling each other
You know,
out.
I'm being untrustworthy. The only person I called out was the person who didn't trust the newest
Me.
member of our group.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just saying.
And I did nothing wrong whatsoever. In fact, I spawned into a crisis, saved the people who were in trouble, and brought back their heads as proof of their crimes. I'm fucking golden.
How is that?
Yeah, right. I know.
How is that proof of their crimes?
Death logic.
Because I had witnesses.
And I did ask you that. I did ask you when you brought the heads that why couldn't we have brought them alive? But you did say because they attacked you, and then Eric vouched for that, so I let it go.
Yes, there was a whole company of dwarves with me. It's not as if I just stormed off into somebody's house and just started bashing them with a hammer.
How many dwarves are with you?
5.
Yeah.
Listen. He had the heads in a bag, and they're dead. We can't give him a trial now. And we got other stuff to do, guys.
Yes.
I'll
and
agree,
and he was
especially
cleared. We just need to be a
especially
little
since
more
we've-
careful next time.
since that wallet was brought to our attention, we need to make haste.
Yeah, show that to the guards.
Okay.
I'll say it to the other hobbit. We'll just whisper into him. We'll just be like, with the big folk, it can be a bit like high school. Do you remember your school days and the drama?
And the Hobbit looks at you and says, "High school?
Your school years, your when you're learning of the books, the schoolhouse.
You haven't been to the Shire much, have you?"
They had a classroom outside, something? No?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I can't. I'm just trying to picture a Hobbit university.
College strives to give you the experience of a tall person.
Yeah, no. I mean, they're read. They're well-read people. They're not idiots. But yeah, no. It's just like all.
Okay.
I just think of like Little House on the Prairie type of. Yeah,
Helga was a different lifetime. Never mind.
Yeah. No, they probably had some like teachings. They're probably a school. I mean, sure. We'll just say that they had some type of school. But yes. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ruin your spot.
No.
Yeah.
We're like a bunch of teenagers.
So what would with it being 10:15? What's the plan going forward?
Fucking have plan.
Kill more humans, I'm guessing.
Kill more humans.
Yep. Till they're gone.
We need to
Move on
make
to killing
haste
other
to the
things.
Shire.
We do. We need to move to the Shire as soon as possible. Like a sneaky
Right.
snake.
We can go to the Shire and then we can deal with this Saruman problem.
I don't know how we'll deal with a wizard. Are any of you accomplished in the arcane arts?
There's more to life than the arcane arts.
Well, yes, but with a wizard, I mean, our options are fairly limited.
Well, they're not omniscient or omnipotent.
No, but they have magic. They could use it to attack us at very long distances. Aren't you the least bit concerned?
Well, they have to know that we're coming first.
Well, that is true.
We have surprise on our side.
Well, and
So-
you're very good about taking heads.
And we should, use that surprise and get to where we need to go.
Discord just
Yeah. So I'm just trying to prepare for next session. That's all. Just trying to figure out what you guys are doing.
I mean, I feel, but I haven't been able to talk to anybody because I'm not near anybody. But I would
I
want
thought
to
you
go.
were here for this. Are you not?
No, they all met without me. They're all like, "Hey, let's exclude the one human away from
all
this
right.
conversation."
I thought you were outside. You said you stormed off. I thought you went outside.
Stormed away from you and the other
Yeah,
hobbit
but then-
making out.
But then they left and went
You went
outside.
outside. I thought that's where you were.
Well, no, I'm still in the bar. You guys went to go talk away.
Oh, well, we'll just say you.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah, I thought you were with
outside.
them
I
when they
literally
left.
said I was skipping off to tell you. That was my whole thing. I wanted to go tell you.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't hear that part.
Alright.
Yeah, I was giddy as fuck and wanted to go and tell you.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you for informing me.
You're welcome.
Travis, like, I still say I don't know what's going on out of spite.
I
I'm
don't
good.
know.
I'll hang out with the group.
And what did you want to say to us?
I don't say anything. I just come up and hang out, and you guys are deciding where to go next. I didn't say I like the plan or I did dislike the plan. All I did was say I just want people to be able to have some evidence against them, and to before we start slicing heads. But I trust Tarbin, and I let it go at that point. And then all of a sudden, this young little elven, snippet comes up to me and just starts.
Snippet?
Yes.
Girl, you a snippet.
You was snippet.
Lit.
Well,
Is that
Fam.
yeah.
I don't know about snippets, but I would appreciate it if in the future you would give me the benefit of the doubt of looking me in the face before you talk. I don't do
Well, he
bad
did.
things, sir.
He
did
did
come
come out to talk to you,
but
but was intercepted by Tarvin.
Tarvin? Are we gonna start telling him how he should be saying his name?
What?
Please
Tarvin.
do.
That's how you should do his
said
job
Tarvin.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
The point of this being that
You should have sent
Palandial
more dwarves to
hanging out
protect.
with everybody.
You know, this is very true. I
Well,
should have known better. Valandil, maybe you should go tell your Grey Warden friend or whatever you call him about this Hand of Saruman. And he's sending people to attack your area.
Are you talking about the spots on my map?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yes,
agree.
the-
I agree.
So maybe they should take it even more serious than they currently are. And maybe double check on those farmers that really aren't the real farmers.
I would agree with that as well. I have no problem with attacking bad people. I just want to make sure
Yes.
the people that we're attacking are bad. That's the only thing I want to ensure.
So
Well, I'll have you know, I don't just go around attacking people willy nilly, sir.
I don't know what you're saying because I cannot
and a
hear what you're
former
saying because
captain
you're
of the
speaking
Guard.
this
you
just
can't
gobbledygook.
speak
You are
all
just
y'all
speaking
standing right
gibberish.
there, please translate.
You also
He
don't
doesn't-
know what I'm saying. If you don't speak common, you don't understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's how I know you're talking shit. So,
I'm gonna uncork this mead here and just.
All I'm saying is, if you can't speak my language, you sure as fuck don't understand what I'm saying.
oh yeah, I've learned enough to know you're running your face.
Just shut the fuck up. You don't know what I'm saying. Anyway.
How about we all just trust each other? Because we're all in here for the same reason.
How about we all distrust each other and trust the system that we put in place
You're
of
gonna get
providing
booted out.
before
This
we make
vote,
judgment
like,
upon
who's the
another.
problem here?
I have a very good proposal for you, Valandil. Maybe don't poke the bear when you have to sleep and they don't.
Oh, the Russian talking about the bear. Oh, very funny.
No.
Now there's a bear.
No, you sleep and they don't. And if you don't trust them and you think that they're bad, then they may just poke you in the middle of the night. So maybe learn to trust a little bit.
When you have spent enough time in the wilds as I have, my friend, you will understand that trust means more than words upon one another where we just say, how about we all just trust one another? I apologize that I am not willing to just, at those couple of words, all of a sudden trust you all. I just met you a couple of weeks ago. In fact,
Understandable.
I just met one of you yesterday afternoon. The point of this being, I don't need to trust you yet. I also don't need to have you as an enemy. How come we just don't just distrust one another and just provide evidence when we create action? Such as, let's say, if I'm going to slice somebody's head off, here's the evidence that I have that they were a bad person. Is that fair enough for us all?
Oh, I agree. Can you take that map out?
Out.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I just-
you let this truculent fellow know that I don't appreciate him speaking about me behind my back, and in future, if he'd like to say something regarding me, he should do it directly to my face and to no one else. Because
You don't understand what I'm saying.
Please translate that.
Yes.
Please
You don't
translate that
understand
as he is in front of me telling me to say shit to his face.
Yeah,
Please translate that.
translate it.
Listen.
we're just
Listen.
we're getting way off here.
Listen.
Belandil just looks at him and raises an eyebrow like, what the fuck? And then looks back at the map.
Listen. I have no problem with you doing your distrust until you have evidence. My point was that the evidence was brought to you. And if we want to have this distrust until then, that's totally fine. I will agree to that. As long as you agree that once you realize that you were wrong, you will admit so. and I will handshake you right now, and I will do your way. Distrust until given evidence. As long as you can shake my hand and say that you were incorrect about your assumption.
What are you assuming that I assumed?
I'm not assuming anything. You flat out said that you shouldn't trust him.
Gosh.
And Valandia looks around to see if this is even like if people are even paying attention to this. He's assuming that people might be picking their nose.
No, nobody's watching this.
Might be looking at
insanity
their belly
happen.
button.
Helga's probably doing that, and Nettie's just sitting here, just watching this ping pong battle go back and forth, second
This is
guessing.
tiring, and we are losing our time.
I would agree with you.
Second guessing his
kind
choice
sir.
to confide into Helga.
May we?
Then let's go to the Shire. I already said that twice.
Thank you. I think that is a wonderful idea, and I will say that you're right. We should get moving. So let's get along.
Then let's go.
We could have been having this conversation while I was fucking walking. We didn't have to stand here.
Okay.
Did you say something?
Let's get along.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, we made that plan 10 minutes ago.
Okay. So what's going on with the dwarves? What's going on with the elves?
The elves are staying camped south of Bree, waiting for reinforcements.
Okay. East of Bree.
We're
No, I'm moving their camp to the south of Bree to cover Bree better because the dwarves are already east of Bree. So if I put them to the south,
Well,
then it gives
then
cover
you
for-
need to hear what's going on with the dwarves first, if that's what you're basing your decision on. Dwarves.
The dwarves are holding where they are, and Eric will come with me.
Okay, so if I'm looking at the map here, then we are doing 40 elves south of Bree,
Yeah.
74 dwarves. Where?
The same place they were.
Okay, so east.
And then, I look at the dwarven fellow, and I say, "Can you understand me?"
Yes.
Excellent. I understand that because of the number of dwarves you have, you may have difficulty providing game, and I know that these hills have been hunted pretty well. Elves are excellent hunters, so I will instruct my elves if they have extra game to bring it to your camp if you would like.
That is most kind of you.
Alright.
I would welcome that. Thank you.
Alright.
Alright. So
Fairly certain I already told them that, so.
west to the Shire. Okay. Sounds good.
How do we
go
do,
to
boss?
Shire. So
Are you pleased?
Are you guys going through the woods? Are you guys following the main roads? How are we going? Are you guys
Main
going
roads run
through
to
the old
Shire.
forest? Are you going around the old forest?
I say that we go through the road since we are in the Shire.
Oh, you're in Edoras. You're not in the Shire.
Well, Bree to the Shire. I mean,
Yeah, I just need to know how we're going. Are we going straight across?
I'm saying straight across. Anybody disagree?
Nope, whatever you say.
Oh, please say
I
that again.
would ask Helga.
Hmm?
Since this is your area,
Yeah, I'll lead the way.
you and Neffy, do you figure we should stay on the road or go through the forest? Carbon doesn't know if there's like nasties in the forest.
Well, I mean, we've
And
got a
I'm
few
not gonna-
nasties with us.
Well, that we can handle, but
I just meant that if we run into other nasties, it'll be fine.
yes.
I think we can take the forest.
We're gonna go through the old forest instead of the main road.
Uh,
I think the forest would definitely be more covert and less chance of being spotted.
Is that the quickest way?
I would say you could probably go around without going through the old forest. If you were trying to avoid people, you would go through the old forest. If you're not, you could go on the main road.
Well, I think it'd be best for us to come up onto these farms from like a covered position so they don't see us approaching.
Well, you're not really going to have to worry about the farms. You're going to be on the road.
Oh, well, whatever. Then. Here.
I can't kill something? Son of a bitch.
You're not backpacking through the woods like Frodo and Sam because they were trying to stay. They went cross country. They weren't trying to stay on the roads. They had to get off
I
the
think
roads.
there's enough of us, and we don't know about that yet, right? Like, not really.
Know about what?
Like, this, why we would need to stay off the road. Like, the wraiths aren't after us. The wraiths.
I think if there was any talk of wraiths, you would have heard about it in Bree.
Yeah. So we'll be. I think we should be bold and go the best way and just be brave here.
The quickest route seems best to me.
Okay.
I
All right.
trust your judgment.
We head to
The Shire.
All right, cool. That's it. That's cool. All right, so we will level up after next session. Cool. All right.
Leveling up.
To the Shire. Any special part of the Shire? Buckland,
Bag end.
Hobbiton.
Bag end, right? Straight to it. Okay.
So it's going to be a 2-day walk to get there.
Well, we should be heading to the part of the Shire with the farms that have been taken over.
The farms are being taken over outside of Bree.
Well, I thought they said there were ones in the Shire that got taken over.
They are trying to take farms over towards the Shire, so they have places closer to it.
Okay, so is there some other secondary goal that I'm not aware of for going to the Shire?
We're gonna go get drunk.
There's a huge goal for going to the Shire, but
I'm sorry, maybe I wasn't here for. What is the goal of going to the Shire?
We gotta get Frodo. He's got the ring.
Okay.
Proto pagans.
All right, well, I guess I missed that part. All right, so let's go to the Shire, and if we meet these ruffians on the road, we'll dispatch them without mercy.
okay, 2-day walk to get to the Shire. I'm sorry. 3.5-day walk. Well, you guys get there in 3 days. 3-day walk. Got it.
I hope we brought enough food.
Did you get? Well, you.
Proto pagans.
As we're walking, I walk up next to Ariel, and I'm like, interesting. Won't trust me, but allow me to guard him while he sleeps. Humans. No fail.
Well,
So-
we all just need to work together.
If anybody is ever gonna send me pictures of dice, put both, and you're rolling 2d6. Put them both in the same picture for me.
I only have 1d6. I'm so sorry.
That's fine. I was trying to say it so you couldn't get called out, sister. I need a perception roll from Valandiel, please.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let me see. What was it called in this one?
Perception, I believe.
Is it still perception?
I think perception still is the one.
It is. It's
Yeah.
attribute modifier is 1. So let me roll. You said D20 plus 1?
2d6. Everything is 2d6.
Oh, that's a messed up. Plus 1 is a 12, baby.
12.
12. 12 out of 12.
All right. So I then need you to then roll a
Oh my
vitality check, I believe. Let me double check my notes. Vitality. Should be
That's a plus
2d6 plus your vitality. Yep.
Plus 2.
Hey,
She
Bill.
Yes.
Drinking coffee.
All right, this is gonna be an odd request, and I
Nine.
apologize, but I have problems with my computer right now, so deal with it. Could you please take a picture of my character sheet and send it to me? Because I can't fucking see it. I can't open a PDF for whatever reason.
Your
Just
computer's not screwed up. Here, try checking it
well, I
now.
can't open it on anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can send you.
I mean, I
Well,
can't
you have a
open it off.
-5 to everything. You didn't finish your sheet, so I can't send you anything.
That's shenanigans. I sent it to you.
Check your
Weeks ago, fucker.
Oh, if you
It's in-
sent me your
it's in our
sheet, that's
message history.
okay. I don't. Well, yeah. All right. I didn't know that. I'm sorry.
Well, you asked me to send it to you. I figured you downloaded it, looked at it.
I can't download it. Well, I'm saying I'm looking at it. It's not on Fantasy Grounds. That's all I'm saying.